Okay, now that you've created your very own screencast, what do you do with it? Well, screencast files can be rather big. Let me show you by going to my video folder and demonstrating how big this file is. So I'm going to right-click on this file and click on Properties. And in this particular case, because it was only a 2-minute video, it was only 6 megabytes, which would work. I mean, that's pretty small, and I could actually probably upload that right directly into D2L. But if you're giving a 40-minute presentation, expect that file to be much, much bigger. So how are you going to get it to your instructor? Well, I can tell you, D2L will not accept anything bigger than 10 megabytes for students to upload videos. Well, I like to use an intermediary source, which I would call a video distribution center, if you will. In other words, I like to use YouTube to store my content, and then I would embed it into my D2L modules so that you can watch it from there. So I'm going to open up Firefox again, change the address so it's youtube.com, and click OK. Now, if you do not have a YouTube account, you will have to create one. So up in the right corner of the page, click on Sign In. And if you don't have it, you can click on the Create Account button right here. And where it asks you for an email, I would encourage you that you use your Mountie email address. If you already have one, then by all means, sign into that account. If you have one, but you want to separate your personal one from your school one, from your work one, then just go ahead and create another one. They're completely free. If you're not a big fan of Google, and you don't want to create a YouTube account, you can do the same thing with Vimeo and any other video distribution site out there. I'm familiar with YouTube, so I'm going to go ahead and use YouTube. So let me sign in with my account. You'll notice that I'm using my Mansfield account. And I'm not going to stay logged into this computer because it's not mine. And I'm going to choose Mansfield University Instructional Designer. So what do I do? Up top, right next to the search button, is an upload button. Let me click on that. Now I'm very conscientious of who I allow see my videos. So before I actually click the upload button, under privacy, I'm going to click on unlisted. That means only my subscribers or those who I send the links to can actually watch the videos. Obviously, public videos can be searched for anybody from anywhere. And private videos are only the people who have YouTube accounts that you know, that you've added to the whitelist, if you will, that can watch it. So if you're really conscientious about who sees what, make it private, then ask for your instructor's YouTube account or email address, then you can whitelist them. I'm just going to choose unlisted. Makes it easier for me to distribute this. And now let me click Select Files to Upload. Remember, it's always important to organize your files. So let me open up Libraries. Let me scroll down to Videos. Let me open up that Screencast-O-Matic folder and how to use Screen-O-Matic. All right, click on it once, click Open, and just like that, it's uploading. Fortunately, I have a nice connection. If your connection's a little bit slow, once again, walk away, grab a cup of coffee, and come back and see what it's like. Some important things here. Do not close out of this tab until it's done processing your video. It might cancel the upload. The other thing is this little URL. This is the URL you might use to send to a friend or to your instructor to watch your video. The other thing is the title. This is fine with me, but you might want to customize it so it has your group names, or you might want to remove your names and just give the name of your presentation, or whatever your instructor tells you to do. This is the name that they will see when you send them the link or the video. A few other things, you can see the privacy settings there, so you can leave it unlisted. I always leave mine for education because that's what this is. And if you want to get really creative, you can customize your thumbnail and put a picture that represents the group or whatever. But for now, I'm just going to wait for the video to process. And then after the video gets done processing, I might upload the other parts to this video. Remember, I told you in another video, I'm going to be explaining how to glue these videos together. But for now, all I have was the first part. So I've uploaded it, it's done. I have a green block with a white check mark saying it's all good, it's ready to be processed. For me to verify this, I'm going to click on that link that I told you about. And if all goes well, I see it in YouTube, it's playing. I can maximize or go full screen with this video. I can hit escape to go back to my YouTube page. Now my question is, how do I edit this so that I can cut that first part out? Well, underneath the video, I have this little wand tool called Enhancements. Let me click on that. And here I am in the video editor of YouTube. And then over on the right, I have the Trim tool. So let me click on that. And it's going to ask me, what do I want to trim out? So underneath it, I have these series of thumbnails letting me know where the video begins and where the video ends. So I'm going to click and hold on this left edge tool and drag it to where I think the beginning of my PowerPoint is. And that's it. Now, it's always hard. You might want to play it so you can hear the audio, because you don't want to cut yourself off giving your introduction speech. But for now, I'm happy where that is, and I'm just going to go ahead and save this. So I'm going to go in the upper right corner and click Save. Now it's going to say this is going to overwrite things. This might take some time, and your viewers are going to be without. Well, normally I would tell you to click OK, but you know what? There's also the end of the video that we have to trim. So let me click Cancel, and let me grab this right edge, and let me go to the tail end to right before I edit out, and that's it. I cut the beginning and the end of my PowerPoint so that all I see is just the PowerPoint itself. Adds a nice professional element. Let me click Save, and now I'm going to click OK and wait for YouTube to render this out. So they're telling me, sit tight, it's in the process, and then come back to the video. All right, so how do I get to keep track of this progress? Well, that's where your video manager comes in. Instead of clicking on the Upload button, click on the triangle next to it and click on Video Manager. And you can see the latest video that I have uploaded says Edit in Progress. So I'll have to come back later to make sure that this is done before I send it to my professor.